Question number 44. Given the equation and potential energy diagram representing a reaction, if each interval on the axis labeled potential energy kJ per mole represents 10 kJ per mole, what is the heat of reaction? The keywords in this question are heat of reaction. First, we need to recognize that each interval represents 10 kilojoules per mole, so let's put this scale on this side beginning with 0. A and B represent the reactants of this reaction, so we can label arrow number 1 the potential energy of the reactants. Because the arrow starts at 0 and ends at 20 kJ per mole is the potential energy of the reactants. C is the product of this reaction, so we can label arrow number 2 the potential energy of the products. Since the arrow starts at 0 and ends at 50 kJ per mole is the potential energy of the products. The third arrow is for the heat of reaction, which tells us how much heat is released or absorbed. We can symbolize the heat of reaction with a triangle H called delta H. Delta H is equal to the PE products, which are at 50 kJ per mole, minus the PE reactants, which are at 20 kJ per mole, for a difference of 30 kJ per mole, making choice 3 the answer. Arrow 4, called the activation energy, is the energy needed to start the reaction. Since the arrow starts at 20 and ends at 60, it has a value of 40 kJ per mole and would have been choice 4. Arrow 5, called the activation complex, represents the total energy of the reaction. Since the arrow starts at 0 and ends at 60, it has a value of 60 kJ per mole and would have been choice 1. Finally, to show this reaction with the energy involved, the 30 kJ per mole would go on the reactant side to show that the heat was absorbed. Had the heat been released, the 30 kJ per mole would be written on the product side.